Jay and Gigi's big cleanup. It was a bright, sunny morning when Jay and Gigi woke.
Now let me show you how this beautiful video was achieved. Let's head into ChatGPT. This is where we're going to create our prompt, and we're going to say it should write a short story about two young boys about the ages of 8 and 10. We're going to give it a complete description of what they're wearing and what we want them to look like. So a short story, two young boys, their names Jay and Gigi. Jay is 10 years old, wearing, say, a blue denim shirt and then a gray pants, right? And then Gigi, 8 years old, wearing an orange hoodie and blue denim pants. Okay. The story probably about 2 minutes long. We're gonna write a short description of the story. They're boys that woke up in the morning getting ready to leave the house, and in the end they created a whole lot of mess in the process, and because of that they decided to clean up before mama sees it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it all down, and then let's see the story that it creates for us. Okay, now you do not necessarily have to copy this exact story into the app that we're going to use. You can edit it, make it suit you, do a few changes here and there. That's what I mostly do, just so it's not, just a simple copy and paste. So let me just put this together and let's see what it generates for us. Great. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to copy it straight into Magiclight Ai. So we're going to copy and then go straight into Magiclight AI. Now this app, this very AI tool is able to do a lot of things. It can create videos for you as long as 30 minutes even. But this video is going to be about 2 minutes long. In Magiclight, there are so many things that you can use, so many tools, but basically the main things is creating an AI video or an AI character. I love the AI character creation because it gives you the opportunity to create the character of your choice, and then it's going to be consistent throughout the video. So over here we're going to put in our character prompt. You get a chance to choose the style of your character from 3D cartoon, Disney, realistic images, so much more. So the character prompt, because I need two young boys, I'm going to create them one after the other. A young boy, say 10 years old. I'm going to start with Jay's character, describe what they're wearing. You can also generate these prompts from ChatGPT and then just copy and paste it here. But in this case, I'm just gonna put it in because I just want something simple, right? Also, one thing to take note is that if you generate a Disney character, you might have to eventually, after you put in your script and everything, go for Disney so that you can see your character and choose it for the role that it has to play. If you create a Disney character and then you create a 3D cartoon script, when it gets to the story, you won't be able to see that character unless you create another character. Okay, so just one thing to keep in mind. So over here, I just put in my prompt. There are things you can choose, the hair, the skin color, the clothing, and all of that. So I'm just doing something simple, and then I'm gonna hit next, and then I'm gonna show you the characters that I created. Okay. So as you can see, I have a lot of characters here that I've created. This is a 3D cartoon character. I created different variations, Disney, even realistic ones. So I'm gonna stick with the Disney characters though, but I just want to show you. This one is the Disney character for Jay, and then this is a 3D cartoon for Gigi. There's also a Disney for Gigi as well. Now you can either choose to go with a smart script or basic script. Now that we already have our script, we're going to stick with basic script. But what a smart script does is, just as we pasted in ChatGPT to give us a script, you can just put it in here. It would write a script for you and give you scenes accordingly, right? As you can see, I'm deleting all the excess comments that we don't need in a script, just so it'll just be a script, and then I'll put it in the basic script. It's going to give us some scenes, and then we're going to proceed from there. When you're done, you just hit next. But then let me show you. You have about 12,000 characters that you can put in here, and you can see that what we put in there as a script was very little. Now you get to choose your aspect ratio, whether it's landscape or portrait. You choose your language, and then the style, whether it's 3D, cartoon, Disney, or what have you, right? And then you hit next. So after a few seconds, the video is going to be ready. It's broken down into different scenes. These is what Magiclight AI is going to create for you, and then you can edit them accordingly. After these credits have been deducted from what you have the chance to regenerate the images as long as you want, until you get the images that you desire. Now these are the characters that I created. I'm going to select the ones that I want. This is the J Disney character. There's another one, and then there's Gigi's Disney character. Those are the images that I'm going to use. You can modify them along the line. Now this is the breakdown of the different scenes in the short video. Now with these scenes, you can animate them. You see where it says dynamic? You have the opportunity to animate whatever scene that you want, and you can also leave some of them as still images. As the narration goes on, the viewer gets the full story of what the story entails, basically, right? So I'm gonna put it all together, and then you're gonna see the video in the end as to what it generated, how it looks like, how it feels, and then you have the opportunity to know whether you want to use this AI tool or not. Now when it says animate all, it takes a whole lot more credit, but then you get all the scenes to be animated. You can choose to put a header or just leave it with no title. I can also choose to include the subtitles or not. I didn't do that either. So this is the full video. I'm going to show you next.
Gigi's big cleanup. It was a bright, sunny morning when Jay and Gigi woke up. With sleepy eyes and messy hair, they stumbled out of bed, ready to start the day. After brushing their teeth, more splashing and laughing than actual brushing, they rushed downstairs for breakfast. Jay grabbed the bread, tearing off chunks and scattering crumbs everywhere. Gigi reached for the milk, but oops, it spilled all over the table and floor. Milk dripped everywhere, and the two boys froze for a moment before bursting into laughter. The kitchen was a complete disaster. "We really made a mess this time," Gigi said, shaking his head. Jay looked around, eyes wide with mock horror. "We should clean this up before we go outside," he suggested. They both nodded, realizing they'd need to tidy up before their walk. So, with a deep breath, they got to work. They swept up the crumbs, wiped up the milk, and put the shoes back in place. In no time, the kitchen was spotless, and the room looked neat and tidy again. "All right," Gigi said, dusting off his hands. "Now we can go for that walk." Jay grinned. "I feel way better now. Let's go." With the house clean and the mess behind them, the two boys headed outside for a walk. ready to enjoy the fresh air. And as they strolled down the street, they both agreed. No mess was too big to clean up, especially when they worked together.